It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Lions and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Back to throw now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right?
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Ravens send their punter out now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Time for another look at this Lions offense. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll run. It's Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Kramer. On the right side, caught by Green. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Back to throw. Kramer. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Back to throw again. Looking sideline, incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. They're looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Going for it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So he needed one. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Finding room to the 20. Uses the stiff arm. And he's brought down after a very nice game. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Sanders. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. Taking it in as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here's Lewis. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10. Now a give right side. Holmes fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Coates. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the carry, it's Holmes. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, Sharpe's got it complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Lewis on the handoff. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike 54.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Holmes has got it complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
57's Mike. Mike 57. We got to get that ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now Sanders. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Kramer. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down. Kramer forced out to his left. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. In the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On 1st and 10, Kramer. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a carry for Sanders. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
You ain't gonna burn me.
Another run with Sanders. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Kramer. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Kramer fighting through. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Kramer. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Ravens will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Flush to his right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They run with Lewis out of the gun. Lewis has the first down and then some. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this one caught by Coates. Pushing his way through, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Point after here coming up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Throwing on first down. Kramer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Let's go.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Kramer. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
First down, Detroit.
There you go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. first down. Kramer, again, he finds more. 7 yards, the pickup there. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3 yards remain for second down. Back to throw. Kramer. And incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And Sanders has got it complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Now Lewis selects to return it. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, complete to Sharpe. Not much there, only a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. They don't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 1st and 10, Kramer. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Kramer. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
He sets to fire deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well, because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
Looking to throw. Kramer. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it. And this time he is in. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Well, this defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it.
Here we go.
So the Ravens now down by 10. And time, a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The extra point attempt here still to come. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Ticks to go. Still time, but they need this onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Come on, let's go.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Here we go on 4th down. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended. Down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal, go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out.